Hello, folks, and welcome to the third time that we are sitting down and doing the video game podcast called Gamesline. 3 times. Done it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much over it. Like, we've done it. We're fucking professionals at this point. It doesn't even matter.
Kind of sick of it, honestly.
I kind of don't want to do podcasts anymore. I think I'm done.
3?
I've gotten my fill. I'm ready to retire.
3 and you're free. That's what they always say.
That's what they tell me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Folks, hello. We're here. We're here to talk about video games. Everyone's talking about Zelda.
It's true.
I'm John, and I'm not going to talk about Zelda because I don't care for it. Scott, though, Scott's here. Scott, you're going to talk about Zelda.
It's true. I'm here to talk TOT-K. TOT-Kuh. Hey, we're talking TOT. We're talking TOT tonight on Gamesline. And guess what, John?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any?
Yes.
Do you? I can go any just like in Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I could go anywhere right now. But John, do you have any burning Tears of the Question King? Like, wait, hold on. Do you have any burning Tears of the Kingdom questions?
I mean, so I don't really. I mean, I feel like I've got a like. No, I mean, it's just I feel like I've got a good general conceit of how the game is. You know, like it's about creating contraptions to solve puzzles.
You're definitely doing a lot of that. Yeah,
you've got a move that you can like fly up people's asses now with. I guess. Mm-hmm. You can.
It's a good move.
You can go both up and down if you want.
You can only go up, but there's plenty of ways to go down.
Oh no, that's what I mean. I mean, the different directions you can go include up and down in this game. You
can go up, you can go down, you can go left and right. Here's the thing about going. So here's the thing about going down. It's real easy to go down. You just got to jump off something, and you can go fast. You can go less fast. You can use the glider, so you can maybe go down to the left or right a little better. That's going to take
immediately
stamina. Die. Yeah, you need it to not die. But I very much like that. The very first dive you do off of a thing, off of the big ol' Sky Islands into actual real Hyrule, you do not have a glider. So a big part of it. No, you search for a place that you can land where you don't die.
Oh,
but
okay.
On stream, I came inches close to death, which is very nice. I streamed it last Friday when it came out. Very fun. I came extremely close to the speed run time for actually finishing the tutorial.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I did. I'm pretty proud of that. Honestly, went pretty well. But yeah, it's a I'm not even sure what to really say about this game other than it's really cool. It's I don't want to like overhype it because there are tons of people who've said things like it like much like how Breath of the Wild was this very innovative thing with like open world games, that this one too manages to take that and innovate upon it even more, and like that's true to an extent, but it's like I don't necessarily know if what this game does is going to inspire open world games half as much as Breath of the Wild did, because this game, there's a lot here. It's a very dense text. It's very dense mechanically, I'll say. Like the big sort of mechanical the big thing that sort of defines the mechanical identity of this game is you have the Ultra Hand power, which is it's similar to Magnesis, but Magnesis in the first game you just picked up and moved around metal objects. In this Ultra Hand one, you can pick up and move around anything. You can rotate it, which is great, very useful, and also you can attach it to anything. Any 2 things you can pick up, you can attach to each other. You can also attach some things to things you can't pick up, which is great for solving puzzles. It's like it's insane. Like, I don't really know how to describe it other than like, it's the kind of crafting system, like it's the kind of like everything about it feels like the kind of system that a child would design, but like in the most like complimentary way possible, you know? Like, it's so simple as you take these two things and put it together and it works, you know? And there's parts of it where it's like, you gotta obviously have a little bit more precision. Like, if you want to build a car, you gotta make sure there are 4 wheels on that car so you can actually, and there's a driver's seat so you can drive around on it. But you just take some wheels and you stick them on a block and you put a little driver's seat thing in it too, and it just works. It just works. Everything about it just works in a way that is absurd.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it feels like they've considered so many different ways to do things. We just today saw someone built a fully functioning mech that you can just drive around wherever you want, and the cannons on it will just shoot at enemies. And I was looking at that mech, and I'm like, you know what? I could probably build that, and it would just work. Like, I can break down the parts of this. It all makes sense. I could just make this. It's like, it's absurd how simple it is.
Mm-hmm.
Considering there are so many games about this kind of thing. There's so many games that come close to the level of imagination that this game tries to, like, the level of imagination this game has, and so many games that try to achieve that and don't do it like nearly as cleanly or as flawlessly. Like, you can see why Breath of the Wild, a game that came out like 6 years ago, had a sequel set in ostensibly the exact same place on a map that, you know, modified a little bit, but broad strokes is the same. And how it took so long to do that. Because the amount of refinement that this probably took is astronomical.
Mm-hmm.
Like, on top of just like the system where you're building things, there's also a fusion mechanic, which is any object on the ground you can fuse with your weapons. Like, you can fuse it with your shield, fuse it with your your Bane hand weapon, and not only does it like modify the stats of those, but it also gives them unique properties as well. Like, if you attach a thing that shoots lasers to your shield, when you pull out your shield, you'll just shoot lasers at guys. Like, it feels like every possible situation has been considered and is like, what's the best way to put it? It's been considered, and it's like, if you think about, well, if I combine these two things, this should happen, and then you do it, and then the thing you think should happen does in fact happen. It is so cool. And there are so many things where it's like, okay, if I combine these two things, I have no idea what will happen, and it's like, either nothing will happen, or something really fucking absurd will happen that you would have never considered. And that kind of shit is just so cool. Like, I can't think of any other game that's doing anything like this. It's like, it's sort of like Minecraft in that sense, where Minecraft is a game that is all about like this full sandbox of all of these different mechanics that all work together ostensibly, but also Minecraft has been iterated on and modified and has so many weird different like idiosyncrasies and different recipes and different things that like build off of each other. And it's no longer like a simple block this plus block this game anymore. You can do absurd things in Minecraft, but you can still apply that level of thinking to the mechanics of Tears of the Kingdom, and it just works. like the Todd Howard line of like Fallout 4, it just works or whatever. And you know he's lying because it's Todd Howard, but that it does work here. Like, it just works. Like, I don't know how to describe it otherwise. It really just works. It is miraculous. It is like I like, again, I don't want to overhype the game too much. I think it's a very fun game. I very much enjoy just putting something together to see what happens to solve a puzzle, and like that solution that you come up with 9 times out of 10, as long as you've thought it through from beginning to end, is gonna solve your problem. Or sometimes you can just fuck around and find out, and that's cool too.
I did pretty much immediately see someone just like strap an exploding barrel to a boomerang and then threw it and then had it immediately come back and blew them up. Like this game is very Wile E. Coyote, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. I've been attaching bombs to so many shitty weapons that I don't want hanging around in my inventory, just so as soon as I walk up to someone, I can just throw it at them. It's really fun. It's really fun throwing explosives at people. The fusion thing too doesn't just apply to like your weapons too. Like in Breath of the Wild, you had a bunch of different arrows that do different things. Like you had your fire arrow, your electric arrow, and stuff. It was mostly just for like dealing different types of damage. The fusion mechanic in this now, like you just have one type of arrow and it's arrows. I'm very excited for if someday I find a second type of arrow, which, knowing this game, is definitely gonna happen. Just like quick tangent, like I've taken so many weird detours going down like strange pathways I shouldn't be going to reach like logical endpoints that give me just something fucking absurd. Like I was exploring around the Sky Islands and just found a key item that I've never seen before and I have no fucking idea what it's for. And it's like, it's called something like Sage's Wisdom. And I'm sure people who played the game longer probably know what that's about, but it's like that sort of level of exploration of just having strange idiosyncratic things that you can just find anywhere in the world if you just explore long enough. And you just have no fucking clue what it's about. It's so cool. But yeah, as I was saying with arrows, you can combine any material that you're holding on to with an arrow while you're shooting it. So you have all the plants that do ostensibly the same thing as the like elemental arrows in the first game. Like you have a fire fruit, a water fruit, an ice fruit, whatever. So you shoot them, they'll do your elemental arrows. But you know what they brought back for this game that you can pick up as just an item?
What did they bring back?
They brought back bomb plants.
Oh, okay.
So you can strap a bomb onto the end of an arrow if you want.
That makes sense.
There are a bunch of like different types of minerals, and the minerals do absurd things because apparently they have magical properties. You can if you want attach. I should really. I believe you can do this. You're able to. I hate to just go tangent, but there is a gachapon machine in this game. Several of them, and they're specifically for the new Zonai constructs, which are the green mechanical items that you can activate to do all the weird things you want to do in order to build things. Like these are the things that you want to use to build. And the gachapon machine puts them into capsules that you can pick up and put in your inventory. Mm-hmm. And the side effect of that is because they're in your inventory now, they count as being part of your materials. And because they're part of your materials, you can just equip them to arrows. So if you want, there is just straight up a rocket there is just a rocket material that you can just put on. There is a material that is a bird that you use as a glider to fly around on things. You can put that on an arrow, I assume it makes it go way farther. Like, it's all of these really silly things that just shouldn't work together, and yet they still do. Like, I found just like a cannon. Just a cannon. And it's like, okay, on its own, it's a material, or it's just like an item, like I can pick up, whatever. But I can attach the cannon to my shield, and then my shield becomes a cannon I'm carrying around with me. And it's so fucking cool. It just shoots automatically as soon as I pull it out to defend myself. It's nuts. There's so many just things you could do in this game just because. It's an absurd game. It truly is. I'm taking it at my own pace right now. Like, my ethos for Breath of the Wild back in the day was I am not going to rush through the game, but when I'm done, I'm gonna be done. It's gonna be this thing where I'm like, okay, when I feel satisfied, that's when I'm gonna finish the game. Because Breath of the Wild it's an absurdly big game. There's so much stuff you can do. There's so many people who've done like 100% completionist stuff. I can't imagine what doing that is like. Because what I did was I beat like the first 2 dungeons. And then I was like, okay, I beat the first 2 dungeons. I got the Master Sword. I did a whole bunch of really big things. I feel extremely capable of going to the end of the game and beating the final boss. And then I do it, and because I didn't beat 2 of the dungeons, those 2 bosses from those dungeons show up at the final boss fight, and that creates, like, extra phases of this final boss fight I need to go through. And that was cool, because I had, like, a big old 4-stage final boss fight, where I exhausted all my resources. It was, like, it felt really cool to get through and finish, and I just had a really good time going through it. And that was fun. That was fine. It was a really good way to play the game. I went back later to play some Master Mode when that came out, and it's like that had this extra paradigm of, there's a realism to it where if I'm just picking up like sticks and branches and I try and go and fight some moblins with those, it's probably not going to kill them, and they're going to kick my ass. So I need like a real sword, and because of that, like the way you would sort of get through the starting area of that is figuring out which things are effective against what, and experimenting around and trying to figure out the systems of the game to like put it to best use for yourself. Like, and that was a really cool, really fun way to play the game. Like Master Mode in Breath of the Wild, genuinely very cool. I eventually stopped playing it when I got to the point where it's like, I've eventually gotten to the point in Master Mode where like the difficulty is not really a thing that is encouraging more diverse play. So I'm probably like, I think I'm done. I don't know if that was like an active choice as much as like me just like moving on to other things, but
you're just like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, but Tears of the Kingdom feels like the way Master Mode works in that sense. Because what Breath of the Wild did was Breath of the Wild gives you a bunch of tools in order to survive, and those tools are cool, and they have a whole bunch of different purposes. But like that's also but yeah. So Tears of the Kingdom feels like Master Mode in that way because there's like a sort of brutality to it where you don't have that same kit as you did in the first game. You don't have just bombs that you can use to deal damage. Everything you need to like actually fight enemies becomes like the resources that you find along the way. And there's a level of resourcefulness to Tears of the Kingdom that, like, I feel like Breath of the Wild was trying to scratch at and couldn't quite reach. Like, like the thing about Tears of the Kingdom is it feels like all of those silly ass, like, sick Breath of the Wild gravity manipulation or, like, speedrun strat or, like, just fucked up insane shit videos you would see, like, on Twitter and stuff, where people are just breaking the game in absurd ways. And Tears of the Kingdom feels like a game where you're basically just doing the normal things that you would do. And that feels amazing. You're definitely not going for that level of skill, but it puts you in that same like feeling. It puts you in that same mindset, and that's what makes playing it so fun.
Mhm.
It's like absurd. It's the level of diversity to the things you can do in this game is mind blowing.
Mhm.
I don't know if there's been another game like it, and I don't know if there will be another game like. I assume, I mean, they're gonna make another Legend of Zelda game at some point. But the cool thing about it is, like, I'm still relatively early in the game, all things considered. I keep hearing from people who have gotten farther in that, hey, you just get more insane game-breaking stuff. And
Sure.
the fact that it is the fact that there's more to this that I haven't seen, that I can't just like immediately predict, is exciting to me.
Mhm.
It has that same like feeling of discovery that Souls games are really good about, where like you and all of the other people who are playing it at the same time are ostensibly going off in different directions and just kind of like seeing what you can find. And I love that level of community of sharing those things.
Mhm.
And that just feels great. If it's so cool. Like, I saw some shit that, like, as soon as I saw it, I went to my roommate's dude. I'm like, hey, you gotta come see this. And it was like, I was on a sky island very high up in the sky, and I was just surveying around. And if you remember, Breath of the Wild has just dragons who are just flying around minding their own business.
Of course.
It's really fucking sick when you see them. And
Yes.
they're all over this game too. And the thing I saw was in this game now, many people didn't know about this aspect of it, but they're just broad strokes, not saying too much. But it is like something you find pretty early in the game, pretty much as soon as you land in Hyrule. There is an underground world, and there's a bunch of portals, or there are a bunch of like very easy to see holes, all dotted all over the world because they're covered in a goop, and that goop is a completely different color than just like the surrounding areas. Very easy to spot one of these holes from very far away. And I see one of these holes very far over in like the Gerudo area, like over in the desert. And I'm looking at it, and one of the dragons is just flying up out of that hole. And I'm like, huh, that doesn't seem good. That's creates a lot of questions about the nature of the dragons and what they are doing, especially if they're either going down underground or coming up from out of underground. It's real wild. This game is just full of cool shit like that, where you just see something and you're like, oh boy, that's fucked up. There have been multiple enemies that I have seen, and I am just like, no. The enemy variety in this game is so much better than Breath of the Wild, which is not like a not like a knock against Breath of the Wild or anything, but it's just like the thing
built on it.
Yeah, they built on it. The thing about Breath of the Wild is like it has enemy variety in like the sense of the enemies that you run into. They have differences between them, but they're all largely the same, like moblins, Lizaldas, all of the classical enemies that you would see in a 3D Legend of Zelda. And in this, but it still felt like a relatively small pool of enemies. In this, they brought back a whole bunch of older ones that we haven't seen in a long time. Like, the first time I saw a like, I was like, dude, that's a fucking like. They're back, baby! And while I'm parachuting around, I see a very big monster that is definitely a boss from the original, like, the original Legend of Zelda from the NES. Just unbelievably recognizably so. And I'm just like, wow, I am not fucking around with that thing. I am flying in the other direction. And then, like, there was just another moment where I'm exploring the depths and I see something moving in the shadows that is huge. It does not notice me, but it is definitely a creature. And it is just walking away. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. And I fast traveled away as soon as possible. Like, the breadth of the things that you can find and eventually fight, like, if you really want to do that, is so cool. The level of this game, the level that this game makes you feel like a little guy. Just being a little guy that runs around is great. They knew exactly what they were doing with Link in this game. Yeah, that's... I'm sure I could talk way more about this. We're almost to 30 minutes of pure Talkin TOTK. Is there anything else you feel like hasn't been covered that you would want to know about when it comes to Tears of the Kingdom?
I don't think so. You've gone over plenty.
Just talking about the things that I just admire about this game so far.
Yeah. It all that makes sense. Yeah. I'm sure we'll talk more about it in the future, but yeah, we can move to other stuff. So, we've got a good amount of news, but honestly, like, a lot of this is just like stuff that happened, and I don't know if we're gonna really like dwell on it. So, I'm just gonna kind of start going over stuff. If you wanna like stop and meditate, you can stop me.
Just go on in.
Yeah, I'm just going for it here. Let's see here. First thing on the docket, Hollow Knight Silksong. People have been waiting for a long time, it seems, for more news about the sequel to the Dark Souls where you're a bug, and it's also a Metroid. Well, I guess they were planning on putting it out the first half of this year, but it sounds like it's not going to be out until after that.
So sad.
Yeah, no concrete date, just not the first half of 2023.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out that I would very much like to be out sooner, but you just gotta sit tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this definitely seems like that whole thing where, because I mean, if I remember correctly, this started out as like a DLC for Hollow Knight, and then it just kept getting,
that's right.
Yeah. And it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and now it's its own thing. And it sounds like I don't know how true this is, but I could have sworn someone said that like this has grown to just straight up be like bigger than our original Hollow Knight. Like this is like a full on sequel, bigger, like way more of a thing than what it was originally. So I'm sure they're still having to adjust with like the scope and everything. Makes sense to me that it's taking a bit, but people love that original game, and this one also looks pretty cool, so we'll see. Here's a bit of a rumor here. There was the Korean games rating, like their form of the ESRB, has confirmed what seems to be a sequel to Under Night In-Birth. Obviously, this may be some sort of mistake, but on their site, the Game Rating and Administration Committee of Korea says that there will be a game called Under Night In-Birth 2 Systacelles. That is Systacelles. Systacelles, I guess. Sister Kelly's, who knows?
Systacells, maybe?
Systacells, maybe.
Cellus.
So yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since the original Under Night came out. That was a 2012 game, in arcades, but it got ported and updated quite a few times. There was Under Night In-Birth, EXE Late, and then they did it latest, and now I guess they're gonna do a sequel. The only kind of surprising bit about this though is that they I mean, it wasn't like super recently, but they were still working on Melty Blood type Lumina pretty recently, I would say. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a little surprising to me. I don't know. We'll see if where this is gonna go from here. In that same post, there are confirmed or potentially confirmed ports for Dragon Quest Treasures for the PC, as well as River City Rival Showdown, which was a 3DS game, which was a remake of the original game. It would be ported to other consoles, it seems.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Just very strange that this is kind of coming out of nowhere, and again, just so soon.
That's how rumors happen.
Yeah.
They just fucking pop out of nowhere, man. Like, I get it's probably not that surprising to me because, like, last Melty Blood was like last year, right? Like, even doing DLC for it, like, and working on it, developing it, doesn't necessarily preclude them from working on a new game as well.
Yeah.
Probably multiple teams working on that kind of thing.
Type Lumina was September 30th of 2021.
Oh, right. That's, yeah. But still.
So, I will say that, like, the reason why is just that French Bread has always been a pretty small team. Like, they were like a doujinshi team, like a fan team, basically, originally. And obviously they have grown larger, but it is still pretty surprising to see them be like, oh yeah, no, we're like putting games out like bam bam, like right after each other almost, like, yeah, the last DLC characters for Type Lumina were in the beginning of this year, or right at the end of last year. I apologize.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, who knows how long this is going to take to come out? Like even at the earliest, it would probably still come out 2 years after Melty Blood. So that makes sense to be like new game time frame wise.
Yeah. It's I guess it would just be like, yeah, like the gap between original Under Night and Type Lumina was pretty big, and the gap between like all the different forms of the original Melty Blood and Under Night were also very large. Like, yeah, just the fact that this seems to be them like making regularly released games is surprising. That's it's just
so it happens when you make big money.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess this is just showing that they're successful enough to do it, and that's cool. So I'm glad that they are able to do that, but I also hope that their games continue to have high quality because French Bread games fucking rule, and I would just like for them to not rush things. But for all you Type Moonheads out there, I will just say it will be very funny if Eltnum is in the next Under Night, but she is not in the actual Type Moon fighting game, because she would not mesh with the canon. Just very funny, in my opinion, if they do that. And if they don't, then extra fuck you, because she needs to be in more games, and I'm mad that I will be mad if I can't play as her, because I haven't even picked up fucking Type Lumina yet, and it was because I was like, man, I just want to play as Eltnum. I like playing as her in original Melty Blood. Fuck. You guys are ruining it for me. Video games. Other fighting game information here. We got a bunch of teasers for a new Mortal Kombat game.
They're out there. Mortal Kombat posted this video of a clock.
There was a picture of there was a video of an hourglass, and then there was a picture of a video of a clock. And specifically, the clock skips over 12 and goes over to 1. So, the rumors going around, I've seen some people reporting on this, is that the game will be called Mortal Kombat 1, like the number 1.
Huh.
And it will be another reboot of the franchise.
All right, sure.
Which means that it'll be the second reboot that they have done of Mortal Kombat.
That seems a little silly considering the Mortal Kombat formula at this point is pretty much figured out. Like the fact that they would reset it again to ostensibly be largely the same thing is it's funny to me, but I hope that's something they at least play into.
They kind of do. I don't know. It's just they keep writing themselves into corners in a way. They keep wanting to like tell a story and then finish it, and then they're like, but now we have to make another game.
Yeah, here's the thing: is like I respect when a company has a really massive franchise that comes with a whole bunch of baggage to it, and they're just like, let's just fuck it. Like, I'll just make whatever we want. Who cares? Like, and it seems like Mortal Kombat as a franchise seems to get away with it because most people, like, I've heard those stories are legitimately good.
They're entertaining.
Degree.
I wouldn't say they're like, oh my god, these are like incredible stories, but like they're fun.
But they're fun,
like the characters, yeah. But like the thing is that when they did it with Mortal Kombat 9, it made sense because there was just a bunch of baggage because they had made so many just insane, stupid characters over the years, and they just wanted to shave a bunch of it off and just restart, get down to brass tacks and just be like, these are the characters that matter. This is what people give a shit about.
Also, could be a good excuse to get rid of Ronda Rousey again, but I'm not holding my breath.
Oh, they absolutely are, because they want to actually have someone they could like have her come in and do like new voice acting for like the guest characters and shit, anyway. So yeah, I mean it's just a little crazy this time because like people liked the stories in 9X and 11, but 11 wrapped things up basically, so now they have to reboot it because they want to make another game. And so
which makes sense.
The other bit of news here is that 2 of the guest DLC characters may have already leaked, or at the very least are being considered. Are DC's Peacemaker, as popularized by James Gunn and John Cena, and Homelander from The Boys.
Okay. Yeah. That's very... Okay. So I've watched... I really love The Boys. Excellent, fucking exceptionally good show. I watched Peacemaker as well. I know a lot of people really like that show. I don't very much. Like, I feel like it falls into a lot of the like worst traps of like DC superhero writing, where it's like it wants to tongue-in-cheekly be like a criticism of superhero stories while also like still being fun and stuff. And it's like, it's very funny to have these 2 characters together because that Peacemaker show feels like it feels like it wants to be what The Boys is, but doesn't succeed at. But also The Boys is a way grittier. I mean, Peacemaker is also a very gritty show. Like they're both very violent. But I feel like The Boys actually tries to push the envelope in a way that doesn't feel excessive. Like it pushes the envelope in ways that feel very fun. Like one of the first episode of like the 3rd season involves a dude who can shrink in size going inside another dude's dick because that was like his fetish, and he was like, he's trying to get him off, and then he sneezes and accidentally goes back to normal size and just implodes the man. Like he just fucking explode, like, and it's a very funny scene, and also it's like it's fucking dark, dude. Like,
I mean, and that I think that kind of stuff like fits into Mortal Kombat perfectly,
I think they both fit. It's just like the comparison of these 2 to me, like the juxtaposition of like, man, Peacemaker would fucking love to be what Homelander is.
But here's the thing. Here's my question. Do you think they're going to actually get John Cena for Mortal Kombat?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Because, like, most of the guest character people, like, play ball. The only one who hasn't over the years was Arnold for the Terminator.
Obviously, yeah. He's old. Like, he's tired.
The reason why he didn't do it, he said that he doesn't think video game violence is good. He
right.
That was one... I mean, if you remember, like, that was when he was governor of California. That was one of his like stances that he was like gunning for, like, you know, like lessening video game violence. Even though he's in violent movies, he just, you know, whatever.
Do you know how badly John Cena, like semi-retired, not wrestling anymore, John Cena wants to be in a video game? Especially Mortal Kombat? You'd absolutely play Peacemaker. He fucking loves being Peacemaker. Like,
Yeah.
This is like his dream role, pretty much. Like, he's 100% gonna voice that character.
I mean, he was gonna be Duke Nukem for a hot minute. Remember that?
Did that fall through or anything? Like, I mean, we haven't heard anything about the Duke Nukem movie.
I mean, I'm just kind of assuming, but I mean, if maybe he will still come through and be Duke. Who fucking knows? But
probably, who knows with that Duke Nukem movie?
Yeah, but at the very least, yeah, we may soon be able to decapitate John Cena, and honestly, I think he wouldn't have it any other way. So yeah, that's the Mortal Kombat update there. I think we're probably gonna get an actual trailer soon. You know, they love to tease for a while, but I think they're gearing up for that. So it might be next week. Who knows? And we'll see. Let's see. Okay. So this is like a 2-sentence bit of news, but it's just kind of wild that none of this like was officially confirmed until right now. So for ages, the story was that Link's Awakening was inspired by Twin Peaks. Like,
right, yeah, makes sense.
There have been like interviews with the staff saying like, oh yeah, you know, like we were all big fans of Twin Peaks because Twin Peaks was huge in Japan. And so, you know, they took inspiration from it and used that concept to make Link's Awakening, which a lot of people remember as a far more surreal Zelda than all the previous ones. And all of a sudden, the co-creator of Twin Peaks, Mark Frost, quote retweeted just like a random article that was just, you know, talking about, you know, how over the years there's, you know, the dev team said that they were inspired by Twin Peaks, and he said, and I quote, "Anybody ever play this? I met with them about it and gave them some ideas. Never tried it myself."
Anybody ever played Link's Awakening?
Just crazy tweet. And then also just, hey, I actually talked with them. Like this wasn't just inspired, like there was a bit of collaboration. We don't know how much. But
yeah, I assume it was the kind of thing where like the creators like obviously have inspiration from Twin Peaks, and they're just like, okay, it might be worth us to actually, like, we have the resources, like we're fucking Nintendo, like we can reach out to people who worked on it. Like we can reach out to Mark Frost. Probably can't reach out to David Lynch. He's David Lynch. But like, you know, Mark Frost is accessible. Like Hollywood, relatively accessible. Like we could probably just reach out to him and be like, hey, we want to make a game that has like, you know, a lot of like, that has some like Twin Peaks inspiration. Would you be interested in like, you know, some tiny bit of collaboration, working on ideas and stuff like that? And be like, yeah, sure. We'll give you some idea. Like, yeah. Like it makes total sense to me. The fact that he's not credited probably says a lot to like the level of input he had. It was probably just like maybe one phone call where he like consulted on some ideas they had, and that was about it. But the fact that like there is that connection there is still pretty cool.
It's very cool. Just it's fucking wild that something like that just drops randomly, though. But hey, you know, now we know. Let's see here. So, I'd never heard of this game developer before. Or I guess publisher. Oh yeah, okay, no, they are publisher. They're a part of Take-Two. And I guess they also helped publish fucking Ancestors, The Humankind Odyssey, and Kerbal Space Program 2. Private Division. They are apparently teaming up with Game Freak of Pokemon fame to make a new game that they are codenaming Project Bloom. So far, there is a single piece of concept art that is like a big ass forest with like a guy standing in there, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I,
This is actually the first I'm hearing about Kerbal Space Program 2. Like, wait a minute. They did a second one?
Apparently, it was not good.
Yeah, it looks like it's still in early access. So that's probably why we haven't really heard that much about it. Because I can imagine, like, Kerbal Space Program 2 comes out. Seems like a pretty big, like, it seems like a pretty big release, but yeah, that came out in February in early access, and the Steam reviews apparently appear to be mixed.
Mm-hmm. They also published The Outer Worlds and Ollie Ollie World.
Sure.
On that roller drome game, which I watched a friend of mine play that for a bit. That game does look pretty cool.
I just bought it because it was on sale for like $8 or something. Like,
no,
not
it's
$8.
Sick.
I think it was like $15 actually. Let me check if it's still on sale. It is still $15 on Steam right now. Offer ends on May 22nd, so plenty of time.
Yes.
Check that out. I was thinking of maybe streaming this at some point because it looks sick as hell. But it's a roller skating third person shooting game. And it looks like they've really refined the mechanics. I've watched people play it before, and it's like, wow, they really refined the mechanics to make something like this work. And it's really cool. I still haven't played it yet. I have it in my Steam library downloaded. Probably gonna stream it one of these upcoming stream weeks, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, zero information other than that. Who fucking knows?
I think the weird thing about it is like it's a Game Freak game, because Game Freak it's known for one thing pretty much.
So they do split off and do their own thing here and there, but for the most part they've been like smaller games. Like, I mean, they did Drill Dozer on the GBA, and but that was also published by Nintendo. But they also had like Little Town Story, if you remember that, which wasn't very good. And they had fucking Tembo the Badass Elephant and like some other shit like that. They try stuff. They did Pocket Card Jockey, remember that?
I do kind of remember that.
That was pretty good. I don't know. Game Freak is honestly a pretty mixed bag developer outside of Pokemon. And I mean, even inside Pokemon, I guess you could say. But, yeah, it says on here that they're not, like, this isn't coming out until 2025 at the earliest. Like, late 2025, early 2026 is when they are gearing up for this. So hey, there you go. That's gonna be the big thing that Game Freak's working on that's not Pokemon.
How wild would it be if it was a game, find monsters, and then you could raise them and then use them to battle things?
That would be pretty wild. Yeah, what if it was just Pokemon? What if it was just Pokemon, but they had time to work on it?
Christ!
Ugh.
What a dire thing to say.
Yeah.
Ugh, man. They put out two mainline Pokemon games last year. And like Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet. And fucking wasn't Diamond also? Brilliant Diamond and Pearl also last year?
No, it was the year before.
That was a year before? Yeah, okay. Yes. But man,
they shouldn't have done that.
They shouldn't have done that. I mean, that was also a third party. But like, they are running these people ragged. It's so silly that like, I'm glad that Legends Arceus like was able to come out and was as good as it was, but it's also like, man, this should have been like, I still haven't played Scarlet Violet, heard nothing but positive things. Sounds like a really good game. Like, Legends Arceus really should have been like what they were working on moving forward, like that style of game.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. So we've got some reviews and info on this new like Steam Deck competitor from Asus called the ROG Ally. Does it start at 600?
That's starting at 600.
Starts at 600. There's a more expensive one at 700. So it is let me see here. I'm trying to see some info because I'm gonna be honest. I didn't look at any of the specifics about. I didn't look at the specifics about this because all the reviews were like, it's got dog shit battery life. It's not really that good. I was just like, all right, this doesn't sound very good. So I guess never mind. Like it's got a bigger screen. It's you can there's a mobile eGPU, whatever the fuck that is. Okay, so if it connects to like a screen or something, then it can actually run a bit better. Okay. But it's more expensive than a Steam Deck, and I mean it outperforms it a bit, but it just does not really seem like it's better than a Steam Deck. It just seems like it runs things a bit better. It's a bit nicer looking, but like you just have way more like just ease of access with a Steam Deck, and it's cheaper.
Do you know what kind of like kind of OS it's running? Like I assume it's like an Android device, but like
it says it says here that it's just running Windows. Like, it's just Windows.
Sure. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to make a Steam Deck competitor, like, the thing that would make it the easiest to do would be, hey, just make it a Windows machine. Because Steam Deck itself runs on, like, Steam's own proprietary Linux, which works for Steam, and is, like, and it works for applications built for it. But then that means, and it's specifically a version of Linux that is designed to run like the broadest variety of Windows games without causing too much of an issue. And even if there is an issue, it usually marks it off. So you can still try and play it, but you might encounter some issues. So like the way you would want to try and counteract that, which would make this desirable, is just to have a Windows machine. Because that means, oh, this opens up access to like the Epic Game Store. Or like any other game I would want to load onto this. Which, you know, it's not that you necessarily can't do that on the Steam Deck. It's just the Steam Deck definitely allows you to try and do this. It's just like it doesn't feel like it's necessarily built for it. It's more like the Steam Deck is a very open piece of hardware that you can do a lot with. But it's still got a very specific kind of interface that is specifically for use with Steam. And that's like its sort of downside. So the appeal of like, hey, just have a Windows machine, you would do anything you'd be able to do with Windows, makes sense.
All right, and one last bit of news here is that the developers behind Open Roads, who were previously working with a Fullbright company on the game. It's like a narrative adventure game that was announced like back in 2021 or 2022, excuse me. After the public I'm trying to think of the word, I apologize. Not reaction. The public reporting. See, what am I doing? I couldn't remember the word reporting. It's the Republic. Oh my god! After the public reporting that Steve Gaynor of Fullbright stepped down from the game due to mistreatment of employees, specifically a lot of the women that were working at Fullbright, he left the game back in 2021, but now officially Fullbright is just completely separate from Open Roads. Open Roads is doing their own thing. they're just being called the Open Roads team, and they are just working on it themselves. That's
definitely probably the step you'd want to take there. After what happened with Gainer was he was removed. It's hard to it's hard to remember the exact position he was moved to, but it was the kind of thing where it's he was removed from most of his duties as the founder director, and he was placed pretty much in isolation. He would still write things, but he was no longer directing people, which was the problem, because he was pretty abusive towards his employees, and that's a big fucking problem. He still had some input, but it seemed like ostensibly since they couldn't actually Fullbright is his company, you can't really remove him from his company when he's the owner. But everyone else just kind of pushed away from him, and he was I believe it was shareholders or their board of directors were basically hey, yeah, so it's your company, we can't tell you to leave, but you're going to be isolated and on your own. You're pretty much going to be on an island by yourself while still owning this company. Which, as positive as you can get in a situation like that, obviously they should have cut him, but they didn't have the power to. But the fact that the Open Roads team has just decided that they no longer want to be a part of Fullbright and are just going to continue on their own, extreme credit to them. Great to get out of that situation, especially because it seems we don't know what's going on with Fullbright internally nowadays. We know Steam Gainer is still there, and there's not really much they can do about it. But hopefully it is not meant that he has that he's sort of over his probationary period and he's back to working at the same level that he was, because that would be a problem. We just don't know what's happening. But the fact that the Open Roads team had felt an imperative to leave maybe sort of speaks to that. Not to get too I don't know, not to fantasize too much about the inner workings of a relatively triple I indie developer. It's just it's a sad situation, because they've made a lot of really excellent games. They've made a lot of really excellent games, and you generally want smaller studios like this to succeed. And here's hoping Open Roads comes out and it kicks ass.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the news. I guess I could talk about the stuff that I've been playing recently real quick. So I guess the fast one I'll mention here is, hey, I'm almost done with the original Banjo-Kazooie, because I've been playing that on Game Pass. That's good. I got past the really shitty jiggy where you have to go into a boat and dodge a bunch of propellers and then slam down on the fucking buttons to make the outside propellers stop, and then you have to run all the way back out there and jump in the water while the water's slowly killing you and get that. It sucked. But I did it. So I'm on the last level. I'm trying to 100% it. I'm almost done. And I don't know if I'm just gonna move right on to 2E or not. I might want to take a break just because I want to play other stuff. But hey, you know what? Banjo-Kazooie is pretty good, especially the Xbox 360 version, because that one, if you die, you don't have to collect all the notes again in every level. That's really good. But then the other game that I did play, so I've been really pondering how to talk about this game, because it is very good. I like it a lot, but it's a little it's just a little hard to talk about, just in the fact that it is a game that is based on the like comics and like works of an artist that I like, and so it's just like, if to really I don't know if I don't know if you'd have to like follow along this artist's like art to really appreciate it. It's a little hard for me to say, and since I have, I'm not sure if I can like be as as unbiased as possible in that sense.
Yeah, it's impossible to be unbiased. Okay.
Yeah, of course. I just meant in that like, specific instance.
But like when it comes to situations like this, where you just like what someone's producing and you just want to play the game that they made, like that's cool. Like that's good.
I guess I would just so the game is called Endless Monday: Dreams and Deadlines. And it is in, yes, the Endless Monday universe. So the artist that I was speaking on, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to pronounce his like his artist name here. Is it H Cone, HC1,
HC None,
something like that. Anyway, yes. Very very cool game. It's a visual novel. Where you play as a woman named Penny, who is a graphics design artist at a domineering and pretty depressing company, and she has 2 days to draw 6 pictures because she slacked on her assignment, and she's got to do it overnight over the weekend, and if she doesn't, she's totally gonna get fired, and probably also gonna get her friend screwed over too. And so it is just a game about the stress of working a job that you really have no like actual passion for, and trying to balance your passions and your career, and also struggling with the fact that even if you do move on to something else, there's still like work is still work. And it's just you have to find that balance, and it's very humorous. It's very off the shits. Like one of the first things that can happen to you is you get abducted by an alien who is a robot girl who lets you travel. Who lets you travel in time occasionally, and likes burgers. Everyone likes burgers in this world, by the way.
Of course,
yeah, everyone loves burgers. But it's just very cute, you know. It's just a bunch of it's a cute girls doing things, but all the things that they do are completely off the shits. The best character in the game is Penny's OC Tiger Chan, who is just her friend Whiskey, just drawn as a tiger girl, because Penny probably is extremely horny for Whiskey, and she just isn't ready to admit it yet.
Of course.
Tiger Chan teleports Penny into her world, and you walk around in Tiger Chan's island for a while, and it's insane. It's very insane. It's a good game. I don't want to spoil more of it because it's just completely off the shits. But yeah, I guess I would just recommend. I just recommend checking out HC Nun's stuff. That's HCNONE on Twitter. A lot of cool stuff, you know, that he's made over the years, like little zines and stuff too, which I ordered the physical ones of, which are not available anymore. So you're gonna have to download the PDFs, or you could come over to my house and I could show you them, I guess, if you really want. But no, really like it. So I hope more people check it out. Good music too, you know, pretty simple stuff, but it's fun. I just like I like the game a lot. It's cool. That's it for me though. I'm just glad to put this out there. the Endless Monday game.
Yeah, just looking at it, it seems like something you could definitely enjoy without necessarily being already invested in this one artist's work.
But it's also a good idea to check out his stuff because it's good.
Sure.
Mhm.
Oh, I see you deleted a question. You didn't want to be asked about the Jocker smoking weed?
I didn't think it was funny.
That's fine.
Let's wrap this up with some questions.
You want me to give them to you?
Sounded like you did. So go ahead.
I do like to, yeah. If you want to send us questions, you can send them to gamesline.tumblr.com/ask. It sound a lot like our buddy Shoeless. Shoeless Ass! I just finished Jedi Fallen Order, and I'm looking forward to playing the sequel when it's not fucked up anymore. That's pretty sad. It sounds like that game has some bad performance issues.
Mm-hmm.
If you could be in the Star Wars universe, what would you want to be? Jedi, smuggler, or fucked up alien/droid? The possibilities are endless. What do you want to be in Star Wars?
I want to be a fucked up droid of some sort.
I think it would actually be pretty fun to be like a C-3PO kind of guy.
Yeah. I mean, like, stuff's going on, but you're just kind of getting carted around, so you're, like, involved, but it's not like anything that you're doing is, like, gonna, like, destroy the galaxy or anything. You're just like, okay, I'm here, I can help, but also, if I, like, say, fall in a garbage compactor, or, you know, get broken into a bunch of different pieces and have to be carried around by Chewbacca, things will still be alright. Like, I can translate the Ewoks. You know, I could do that at least.
I don't know that much about Star Wars. I've only watched the first one. That's it.
Empire?
Yeah, the fourth one. The first one.
Yeah.
But I do know there's one guy in the remakes. I think it's the first one, or not the remakes, the reboot, the new series. The new series.
Yes.
And the first one that tells Rey that the salvage that they're worth is only worth like 3/4 portions.
Yes.
I think I would want to be a salvage guy that's arguing with that guy. You're like, hey, come on, man! It's worth like 4/4 portions. That's a whole portion.
I could see that.
I think I'd be doing that a lot. Yeah,
and hollering.
Be like, come on, and then he gives me my 3, and then I go and I walk off, and I go 2 more salvage.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be fine with just like being I just like go around like, oh man, I'm some fucked up like droid. I gotta like, I pick something up and I put it down somewhere else. That's my life.
I would love to be a shitty. I would love to be a guy who works for Jabba the Hutt, who's just like, you know, clearly just doing it for the money, but it's like, man, it's kind of like, it's like I go into the break room with the other guys who work for Jabba the Hutt, and it's kind of like, man, I don't know about working for Jabba the Hutt, guys. Like, this guy just
What's this guy's problem?
This guy seems like a little bit of a problem here. He just threw a guy into a pit. Like, I don't know about that one.
He's got some really backwards opinions about women, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I don't like the way he dressed up Princess Leia. It was like, it's a little, I don't know about that one, guys. We gotta report that one to HR. And then you go to HR, and it's just him.
It's Salacious B. Crumb, and he's just going, and you're like, oh my god.
This fucking sucks. Oh, I hate working here. Here's the thing I'm learning is that, like, if you're anyone in the Star Wars universe, it seems to suck.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a great place to be. You could be like a hero or whatever. You could try to save people, I guess.
Yeah, is anyone just hanging out in the Star Wars universe?
Any gamers out there in Star Wars?
Yoda, I guess. Like in between 3 and 5, like when he was just in Dagobah, like dude was absolutely gaming. Are you kidding me? He was just like, waiting for Luke. I am. Download speed horrible here. Like,
man, what would Yoda be gaming on?
I mean, I guess it'd have to be single player games because he's
obviously.
Yeah.
What specifically? What's Yoda playing?
Uncharted.
She's oh god. I love to think about him playing Uncharted. That's pretty nice. I would love to hear what happens when he sees Sully crash a plane. He'd be like,
train set piece impressive.
That's right. The train thing is pretty impressive.
It's a great set piece.
It's a great scene.
It's good.
Yeah, that's a good scene. Now, what if Yoda was in Uncharted?
I think it would end a little bit differently.
What's Yoda? What's the Yodification of a Nathan Drake going? Oh no! How would Yoda do it?
He would just do the yell from the Lego Star Wars games.
That's so true. We didn't even think about that. I just want to hear you do more Yoda impression because you seem like you got it nailed down. I don't have it at all.
I don't think I do. I think it sounds like ass.
I can't even think of it. Okay, let's move on to another question. This one comes from our buddy Cello Buster. Cello Buster asks, "My mom just beat the first Ace Attorney game and loved it. Do you have any of Gamesline's famous Mother's Day game recommendations for a gamer mom who likes Ace Attorney, 90s SMV mystery games, and Gex Enter the Gex?" Your mom likes Gex? Well,
I don't think there's anything like Gex these days.
No, there's there's nothing quite like Gex. I think she might like Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. That's as close as you're gonna
get. Contradiction. She gets Contradiction.
She would like Contradiction. I was thinking real recently, like, man, if my mom was gonna game, what would she game on? And maybe I should just ask her. Because she's not much of a gamer, but I know she's played, like, Facebook games and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I bet she's been in, like, one D&D campaign back in the day, you know? Mm-hmm. She almost had to have been. Oh, man. God, I think I just need to get my mom to play Final Fantasy. I think you need to get your mom to play Final Fantasy.
Honestly, I bet she would like maybe some of the like older Final Fantasies. Like I would say I mean 6. 6 seems like a good start.
So it's a good solid place. Hey, I think even Final Fantasy 7, although a little bit hard to follow, still a great starter Final Fantasy game. Mm-hmm. Get you in there, really explore the concepts a bit. Mess around. You get the open-endedness of materia. Really get to learn how to mess around with things, but it's not too hard that just playing it like a normal RPG would be difficult. I don't know. Maybe she might get annoyed by random encounters.
Maybe.
That's a sad thing. I think your mom needs to start getting into visual novels.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good too.
What are your recommendations for a visual novel, Mom?
Good VN. I'm turning slightly to look. She likes Ace Attorney. See, I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel like Danganronpa's like mentioned a lot with Ace Attorney, but the thing is that like I think that's like that would be too weeby. You know, I don't know if that would be good for your mom. I think it's a little too weeby.
Maybe.
Same with AI. AI is definitely way too weeby. 999, maybe.
I could see 999.
Yeah. Maybe Fata Morgana. I mean, Rose isn't here, so I gotta say it. I don't know, but I don't know.
Better than Tears of the Kingdom, according to Metacritic.
Yeah, apparently.
I wonder if that's still true. I have to check real quick.
I think it is still.
That's gonna be so sad.
Because it was at 100 for a really long time, and then someone like gave it like an 8 or something.
Oh, Tears of the Kingdom is 96 on Metacritic.
Oh, so it went down a little bit because it
went down one. It was 97 before.
Damn, that's fucked up.
I'm just double checking the Fata Morgana one.
You know,
if it'll let me search for it, Metacritic. God.
Here's one that maybe your mom might like Yakuza. Have her try Yakuza 0. She might like that.
I could see that. Fata Morgana is also at 96 right now. It was at 98 before. What happened?
They got bumped. Someone must have just fucking came in and talked shit. I don't know what's going on.
Metabra, hold on. I have to see the latest reviews of this game. Because there's a bunch of negative user reviews now. Please, keep going.
You know it's a bad website, Metacritic.
Oh no, it's terrible. It's quite awful. I have to see the latest reviews to see who knocked it down.
Yeah.
Is there any way to sort by latest?
I don't know. I mean, there's good puzzle games out there. See if your mom might get into some fucking Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Give her the option of either Puyo or Tetris. All in one package.
It was very interesting, like, learning about how many people just, like, it was very interesting learning a lot about Puyo Puyo Tetris lately, where people like people who were getting into it were largely Tetris players, because Puyo players are like like the large majority of them are in Japan, and it never had like the sort of like it never had like appeal. It never had like the mainstream popularity that it had in the US. But like now it's sort of getting that with Puyo Puyo Tetris, and that makes tournaments kind of ridiculous for that regard. I don't know. That's so it's a real weird like situation going on there. Okay, I have the latest Fata Morgana scores up.
Okay.
Latest one is a 10. Okay. Second one is a 9. So that bumps it down. That bumps it down just the tiniest bit. I don't think that should be enough. The one behind that is an 8, and then it's all 10s until we get to the latest 0 score 1 is in January of 2023. And then there's another 0 right behind it. I didn't want to say any of the names. So this is actually a good name. It's by Thanos E-Girl. That's also in January. So Thanos E-Girl didn't have anything positive to say about Fata Morgana.
Is that a user review and for an official review?
That's a user review. These are all user.
Oh.
I guess, actually, then, wait. If it's critic score...
Yeah, we're talking about the critic score.
What's the latest review, then? How did it go down? I'm actually so confused as to how it went down. Because the latest review appears to be in December of 2021 by Nintendo Life, and they rated it a 90. Metacritic is a weird fucking site.
It's a bad website. We got to stop looking at it. And then yeah, I don't know. I think that's a good list of games to run by your mom. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Go play some games.
Happy Mother's Day. I sent my mom a text that just said Happy Ma's Day. And then she sent me a picture of my brother, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's not mom.
Apparently, my mom was extremely moved by my Mother's Day gift. I got her a gift card to Menards because they don't have Home Depots where she lives because she lives up in the mountains now, but they have Menards. And she mentioned that, and so I said, okay, then I will get you a gift card to Menards. And then I sent her a gift card to Menards, and she was very happy about that. So that was my Mother's Day gift.
That seems like a good gift. John, do you want to read this last question? Because I feel like you're uniquely equipped to do so.
Yeah, so it was because of my gift choice when I posted the questions post. Anonymous sent to us, I wonder what's for dinner. And I had to keep that in here because I did something a little different with my dinner.
Interesting.
I didn't just keep it because it was a CDI reference. I did it because I wanted to talk about what I had for dinner.
Now, before you talk about dinner, I think this is also very relevant to Tears of the Kingdom because there's a lot of discussion around the CDI games. Like in that, okay, still haven't finished the game. I assume you do not play as Zelda in this game, but also I think she has a much larger role narratively than she did in the original game, where she's out there active or. She did in Breath of the Wild. I keep saying the original game, but that's what I'm referring to. She has a much larger role narratively, and people are sort of discussing, well, like, why... I mean, like, I think it's sort of good justification for her not really being playable, but I would like to see her playable in one of these games. And now, like, there's so many more people being like, hey, why don't we have a game where we play as Zelda? Can we just get a girl into here for once? And then this becomes this resurgence of, like, the only time Zelda was ever playable is these CDI games. And now the sort of consensus is it's never going to happen because of them. Which I don't think is necessarily true. I think we'll get, like, a real Zelda game at some point. Like, you kind of have to, eventually.
Yeah.
If enough people yell about it.
I remember for the longest time there, like, being people who straight up were like, no, they can never have Zelda be playable. The only time she was horrible games, and, you know, they were blaming her for that, which is, like, insane and stupid and sexist.
God forbid a woman do anything.
And even then, you played as Link in one of them, and, you know. Anyway, I did for dinner. Yeah, for what was for dinner? I made some chicken salad, and I put some onions in it, and I put teriyaki sauce in it.
Okay, yeah,
and I can see that. And I made sandwiches with it, and that was my dinner.
Okay, all right. Not too bad. I like a good Italian dressing with my chicken salads. I usually go for a little bit of bell pepper in there, a little bit of green and bell, little bit of onions. Make sure I like caramelize them just a little bit before I put them in.
Oh, I go fucking crazy with onions. I'm just like I love.
You're an onion freak.
I just like to scoop a whole fucking thing of onions in there, and I'm just like, I'm good. I'm game. I'm ready.
I like some good baby tomatoes in my salad, but if I never have those, I just go ahead and chop up a tomato. Just put the chunks in there, just as good. Make sure to fry up a cutlet or two. Get that boy like a little bit marinated too as well. You don't really need to marinate a chicken salad because you're going to be putting dressing on it anyways. But I like to add a little bit of extra flavor to it. And then of course I like to put a little salt and pepper on that chicken as well. Not bad. And cut it up into little chunks. Toss it into a salad. I'm thinking about salad now. Might need to go have a salad. Let's end this podcast so we can go salad time.
All right. That's it. We're done with the show this week. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. If you want to continue to support us, you can go to our website at gamesline.net, where you can read all the stuff we've been posting, all the stuff that we've been recording. You have videos and articles and podcasts galore for you to check out. You can follow us on Twitter at @thegamesline. So I'm a lot of people are very upset, rightfully so, about the current Twitter implementation that apparently they're going to be like clearing out old accounts that are no longer active.
I know what you're going to say.
Yes.
That you think this could be the time for us to get Gamesline? Not going to happen.
You don't think so?
They explicitly stated they are not doing this to free up old accounts. Like you will not be able, once this happens, you will not be able to change your name to Utility Lim,
Then fuck them.
So, yeah, fuck them. The entire thing stinks ass.
Fuck them.
It's stupid. Fuck Elon Musk.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
We should have at Gamesline. Fuck them.
We should have Gamesline.
We should have at Gamesline. All right. Then yeah, it's just at the Gamesline for now and in the foreseeable future. Fuck them. Gamesline.tumblr.com is our Tumblr website, and if you want to send us questions, it's that /ask. Facebook.com/Gamesline. YouTube.com. Did we change it to Gamesline TV, or is it
not yet? I was waiting for Elfie to come back.
Okay. Then for now, yes, it is YouTube.com/Gamesline. It will potentially be Gamesline TV in the future. We're going to see how that shakes out. Our Twitch, however, is twitch.tv/Gamesline TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting on there playing stuff regularly. This week, planning a stream for Thursday because I'm tired. I don't want to do content. I need a little day. I need a couple days to sit down.
Yeah.
But I'm planning on playing a little bit of Shadows of Doubt. Maybe you know what? I might also boot up Roller Drum. Who knows? Either way, stream on Thursday. Make an announcement, like probably Monday or Tuesday. I'll make it soon. We'll play something.
Yeah.
We're playing things regularly now.
Yeah.
The content never sleeps.
Patreon.com/Gamesline if you want to support us. Just $3 a month gets you access to our stuff a week early, or there will occasionally also be just stuff on there forever. Just pay $3 a month and you get access to all of it. And it helps us out. It'll help pay for the updates that we did to the website, and also other stuff in the future.
That's the thing we I don't know how much we've emphasized, but the entire Gamesline rebrand is 100% user funded.
Yes.
This is all because of y'all that we've been able to do this at all, and we've been able to keep the site running. You guys supporting us keeps the site running.
Yes.
It keeps us doing this. It's fucking amazing. Y'all are amazing. Thank you. Fucking thank you.
Thank you. For real.
Thank you. Holy shit.
Your continued support is much appreciated.
Absolutely.
And if you want to come yell at us about what we've been doing, positive or negative. Mostly positive, hopefully. I mean,
please.
You could critique. Don't be mean. TheGameZone.zone. Type that into your web browser to bring you straight there to our Discord server. And thank you to Melt Channel Says Magic Circuit for a theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. There you go.
Rollerdrome is less than a gig? Holy shit.
Yeah? Alright.
That's a small game and complimentary.
Yeah. Scott, where can people find you?
I'm FKA Socks on Twitter. Hey, go there, check stuff out. I do a lot of things. American Next Top Podcast co-host. Very excited for next week on the podcast. Big surprise incoming.
And you can find me at JOHN_MICHONSKI on Twitter. And that'll do it. Thanks so much for listening, everybody. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Gamesline podcast. So long. Bye-bye.
Chugga chugga.